Thank you, thank you. I'm so excited to be here today. I've been waiting for this day for months. And it's a chance for me to come down and to stand in front of 400 inspired, amazing high school students and to share with all of you how much you matter. And that's something that's very, very important to me. So to get ready for this great day, I did my own research study because I wanted to learn more about high school students. And I created a survey, and it was a 2-question survey. And I sent this out to a group of high school leaders around the state of California, and they represented 28 different high schools. And the first question was pretty simple. I gave them 15 items to rank in terms of what they thought mattered most to the kids at their school. So what did they think, in their opinion, mattered most to the majority of the student body? And they included things like being the most popular, having the nicest things, getting good grades, doing well on test scores, being a leader, being healthy. So this was their list. And of the top 5 things that they thought mattered most, number 1 was being most popular. Number 2 was having the largest social media following. Number 3 was being an athlete or a cheerleader. Number 4 was being the best looking, right? And number 5 was having a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So these are the top 5 items that these students thought mattered most at their schools. So then let's move to the second question. It's a little more involved. I told them, and I want all of you to imagine right now, that you as a student have been chosen as the national spokesperson for all high schools across the country. And you have the opportunity to go on CNN and to give a national address to the country or to the world to say, hey, world, this is who we are. This is what a high school student is today. And the answers they wrote were amazing. They were things like, we are leaders and we can change the world. We might be different, but that doesn't mean we're worse. The way high school students are portrayed in movies and TV is not accurate. We are the future. Believe in us. We need you. And so if I put all those things together in some sort of summary, it kind of goes like this to me. Hi, my name is Matt, and I'm in high school. I'm unique, and I'm different, but that makes me special. And sometimes I don't feel like you really hear me or understand me, but I want you to because I'm a good person. And I'm going to change the world. I am a leader, and our future needs me, so believe in me, and together we can make the world a better place. Does that sound fair? Yeah? To me, that thought inspires the heck out of me. I love that thought, that this is what a high school student would stand up and say at their national address. But there's one problem with that statement, and there's one conflict. Of the 15 items that I gave the students to rank at their schools, there was one I didn't talk about yet, and that said, making a difference on my school campus and in my community. And across the board, that was ranked number 15. And so how can I go up in front of the world and say, this is who I am? But on my school campus, the 15th thing was making a difference at my school and my community. And I thought, wow, that's a real bummer. But then I thought, you know what? I totally get it, because I was the exact same way. And actually, I was the exact same way even after high school. Because let me share you a story. When I finished high school, I went on to college at UCLA. I played water polo for UCLA, so I was an athlete, and I went to a great school. Popular guys on campus, right? And at that point, I was in pretty good shape, and maybe a little bit better looking. But then I graduated, and I had a few jobs, and then I went back to college again to get my master's in business, again at UCLA. And I was also asked to coach the water polo team at UCLA, be an assistant coach. And that year, we won the national championship. Thank you. Pretty amazing. And when I finished graduate school, I ended up working for a friend's band in artist management. Kind of a weird choice after you get your master's in business to go into artist management in the music industry. But I managed bands in Los Angeles until one day I got hired by Robert Kardashian. I'm sure most of you have heard that name lately, right? And Kim and Chloe and Courtney ran our front office, and I worked with Robert and the rest of the team. And now I went from working with smaller local bands to working with some of the largest artists in the world. So now I'm at the U2 concert standing with Bono's wife holding Bono's son while Bono's performing in front of thousands of people. I'm working on projects for Avril Lavigne, for Usher, for the White Stripes, for Snow Patrol. You name an artist maybe besides Justin Bieber, and we worked with them, right? And so now, if I start to look at that list of 14 things, I'm nailing every one of them, right? Popular, doing well, having nice things, making money, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I just kept checking off that list. Up till I was 32, I was checking off that list. Until one Monday, I woke up to get ready for work, and I thought I was having a heart attack. And I went to the doctor, and it turns out I was not having a heart attack, but I was having a very severe panic attack. And I had never had that before in my life, so I didn't understand what that meant. And I said, listen, what do I do? He said, well, you just got to go home and rest. So I went home and rest, and unfortunately for me, it didn't get better, but it got worse. And it got to the point where I couldn't drive a car, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. When it got dark outside at night, I couldn't look out my windows because I thought the sky was falling. And I had no idea what was going on because I thought I did what matters most. I thought I checked off that list, and I nailed it. And thankfully, I was introduced to a woman who was a therapist, and I went to see her. And the first day I saw her, she slid a book across the table. And she said, Matt, I want you to read the first sentence. And I read the first sentence, and it reads, it's not about you. And I'm thinking, okay, I just spent how many years checking off these 1 through 14 that they're all about me, and then I work in the music industry, which is the most narcissistic and egotistical business in the world. So the fact that you're saying this isn't about me, you might be the wrong person for me. And so I left, right? Sounds a little bit narcissistic. A week later, she calls me and says, Matt, I want you to come back. So I came back, we sat down. She goes, I want you to read the first sentence of this book. And I said, listen, it's a short sentence. I'm smarter than I look. I got it memorized. It's not about me. And she said, until you understand it's not about you, you're never going to feel better. And I said, what do I do? Because I need help. She said, this Saturday, I want you to go out and I want you to pick up litter in Los Angeles. I'm thinking, what's she talking about? Next Saturday, you're going to go feed homeless people. The next Saturday came along, you're going to pick up litter, you're going to paint over graffiti, you're going to plant trees, you're going to read the elderly. And every single Saturday, I had to go do this thing. And about 3 months into it, it just hit me. I'm like, wait a second. I do all this stuff during the week, celebrities, famous, fortune, all this kind of stuff, press, the stuff we read about online every single day. But this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. is better than all of that stuff. Like, that stuff doesn't matter to me. And I just couldn't wait for Saturday to come back again. And once I realized that, I thought, wait a second, I can't be the only person in the world that might be looking for purpose and significance in all the wrong places. And so I decided to write a book with a friend of mine, Kelly Boza. And the book's called Every Monday Matters, 52 Ways to Make a Difference. Yeah, thank you. And the book came out 6 years ago, and about a month after it came out, I received an email from a girl named Darby who was driving down the street. She saw a car pulled over on the side of the street with a woman sitting in the car. So Darby decides to pull over to see if this woman's having car trouble. And when she gets to the car, she learns that the woman was not having car trouble, but she was there to commit suicide. And Darby sends me this email that included the copy of a thank you note that this woman wrote to Darby for saving her life. And underneath that it said, if it wasn't for your book, I would have never pulled my car over. And at that moment, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I said, enough of all this stuff. I want to live a life that matters. And so I walked away from the music business. I walked away from all that stuff that would seem so hard to walk away from because I wanted to create a life that matters. And so for the past 5 years, that's what I've been doing. We've been building Every Monday Matters. We started with newspaper columns, with letter writing campaigns, with speaking events all over the country, with school curriculums in schools all over the country. We're working with some of the biggest companies out there, helping them create work cultures. We've made a huge, huge difference out there. But the biggest difference that I think, and the thing that I learned the most is that, yeah, the numbers are better. Maybe there's less litter. Maybe there are more trees. Maybe more people are smiling, all these different Mondays from the book, right? But the biggest thing that I realized is that more people are understanding how much they matter. And that to me is monumental that we understand this, because I travel around the country and I meet all sorts of people, from CEOs to convicted felons to stay-at-home moms to students in schools. And it's all the same. We want to be loved. We want to feel connected. We want to feel like we're significant. We have a purpose. And the thing is that we do. You all matter here. But here are the facts right now. 2,700 teenagers attempt suicide every day in America. Every day. Depression and anxiety are at all-time high in high school students. Bullying is the #1 word mentioned in high schools today or talked about with high schools today. And I don't want to oversimplify it, but to me, it's just showing that our students today don't understand how much they matter. And that's sad to me, because every one of you matters. You matter to yourself, you matter to your family, to your parents, you matter to your school, to your friends at school, you matter to community. And the reason why you matter is not because of that list that we talked about earlier. Now, it's okay to be popular and good looking and all these things, but that's not why you matter. You matter because you're unlimited. You matter because you have the ability and the power to change the world. And I never want us to forget that. And so really quickly, I'm going to grab 5 students, and this is going to be crazy, but I'm going to get 5 out of this front row here to come on stage. We got to do this quickly. Give them a hand. I'm going to grab the mic. Okay, I just kind of make a little half circle here. Perfect. You get to be on the TED stage. Check it out, right? Yeah. Okay, so this isn't easy, but actually we're going to get to kind of do a little bit of our own CNN address right now, okay? You consider yourself a delegate, okay? And we're going to stand here with this microphone, and I'm going to look at the audience, and I'm going to say my name, and I'm going to say why I matter. Why are you looking at me like that for? Should I start over there? Yeah? Okay, we'll start over here. Okay, so you're going to say your name and why you matter. How's that? Okay, I'll start. My name is Matt, and I matter because I live a life that's not about me.
My name is...
There you go. You grab it.
My name is Kevin, and I matter because I find that we know so much about history, but yet so little. And I want to find out more of what we do not know.
My name is Cragen, and I matter because I like making people smile.
Perfect.
You could do it.
I'm Allie, and I matter because every young youth has the ability to change the world, and I do too.
Great.
My name is also Allie, and I matter because I feel like everybody is worth something.
My name is Allie, and I matter because I live to bring other people happiness.
Great, give them a hand. You guys can stay here. Go ahead and stay here. That's not easy to do, and thank you so much, you guys. That was amazing. So I see that inside your bags, you have 2 wristbands. One you're wearing right now. The other one, I would like you to take that, and sometime over the next day or 2 or 3, to give that to somebody and look them in the eye and tell them how much they matter. And from this day forward, I want you to go out there and unleash your voice and unleash your actions, because you matter and you are the future, and that's a great thing. So thank you very, very much. Thank you, guys. You're great. Thank you.